Hey guys, Kian here. So I tried to write this out with text, but I think using a video and kind of going over it with audio would be a little bit more instructive. So this is my attempt at doing that. So EBD, this is actually a holdover from Megaman Legends 1. EBD is the file extension that they use for scenes. And in Megaman Legends 2, they don't have the file names included in the archives. So this is just my attempt at appending something to make it understandable. But it's more specifically, it's the enemies inside a scene, and most commonly, it looks like in dungeons. So the header for it, it'll start with 0A000. The next D word after that, this is the length of the file, starting from the header until the end. So this is the length, this is the start, and the end is whatever this is plus this. And then 0x27, I don't know what this is quite yet, haven't looked into it that much. The important part is the header inside the header. So this is the start of the actual EBD file. And the way EBD files are laid out is the first D word right here is the number of models in the scene. So if you look, each model is going to have a header of 16 bytes. So 4 D words, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first one here is, this is flags, and I'll get to that in a second. Second one is the mesh offset. Third one is the animation and or bones. I haven't looked at this too much in Mega Man Legends 2 yet. And the last one is the animation timings, which tells the animations to run at which frame and to repeat or stop or not. So if we look here, we can look at the flags. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there it is. We have 15 files or 15 models, and then we have 15 flags in the models. So one thing I want to point out real quick though is if you look at the left-hand most bit here, we see this is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then if we look at the next set, we have 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0. And if we look at the end, 6, 0, 6, 0, 6, 0. So what these actually are, these are flags. These are things, I don't actually know what these are. If we actually look down, not down, it's up. These are the first 5 meshes, and I don't know where they actually appear in the scene. There's that. So I don't know what these are. I think these are basically, these are things that exist in the environment but don't have any hit detection. They might just be for decoration. 2-0 are enemies specifically. This is the Hiroko. This is the shield generating enemy. There's like the chest. There's the mimic. There's Joe. There's Roll, and I think one more. Anyways, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different enemy types. Joe and Roll and stuff are in here. And at the end, this is like Zenny. This is the elevator. And this is something else. So these 6-0 or 6061 are objects that have hit detection or exist in the environment which the player interacts with. And then to kind of summarize, last thing is the meshes. So this says, this is the first one, this object has these flags. The mesh offset is at F4, the offset F4. And since we're starting at 3-0, we have to add that to this number. So whatever number the data starts at is what we have to add to this number. So if we add, I don't know, we can do this, calculator. If you put it in program mode, we can do F4 plus 30 is 124 or 0x124 if you don't know how to do hex programming. But if we look at 0, 1, 2, 4, then we start out, we have a very different entry here. We have 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, and then we've got other stuff here. And if we look at our 15th entry, mesh, bone, animation, right at the end of this header to the file is our first entry here. So it kind of laps up or matches up perfectly like that, where as soon as one thing ends, the next thing will begin. And you can kind of check to see that everything's packed in correctly by checking against these numbers. So that's a quick explanation of how the EBD files, at least the header, works. Next time I take a video, I'll start explaining how the header to the models actually work. So things are packed on top of things, so headers on top of headers, but hopefully this at least gives a little bit of information.